Hi, my name is Dr. Rayshawn Ray, aiming to speak truth to power, and this is my daily thought. African American history is American history. So if we cheer for the Simones and you have a problem with it, then maybe you're the one who's un-American. Obviously, as we know, Simone Biles has already won the gold medal for the team competition for the United States of America, as well as the overall gold medal for gymnastics. Simone Manuel tied for gold, so won a gold medal, and also set a new world record in the 100 meters freestyle in swimming. Now, the Simones are a big deal to black people because they represent, in many ways, what blacks previously could not obtain, and in some respects still can. So, particularly as it relates to massive forms of policing around swimming pools, as well as sports that are well resourced, whether that be swimming or hockey or tennis or lacrosse, sports that oftentimes cost quite a bit of money, right? And so what happens is that historically, I think sometimes we forget that blacks weren't even allowed to get in the pool. In fact, after Brown versus Board of Education was passed, it was perceived that pools were actually more sensitive as it relates to racism and interpersonal race relations than were schools. Part of this has to do with the fact that there were many whites, and unfortunately still some, who believe this, even though there is no scientific evidence to prove this. In fact, proves the opposite, which I'll get to in a second, which is that some whites believed, and still do believe, that black rubs off, right? And that blackness is toxic. So if you are in the water with someone who is also black, then you are thus being contaminated by blackness, right? And that is something that you don't necessarily want to be contaminated with. This is one of the whole reasons behind the water fountains, right? In fact, there's a funny story in my family, in my hometown of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where the segregated local pool, before it was desegregated, that my uncle was one of the ones who would go jump over the fence and cannonball in the pool, and then all the whites would get out real quickly, and then for a brief period of time, all of the black local kids could come and jump in the pool and swim before the police came to put them out. And so these are the types of things that happen. I mean, if we look at what happened to actress Dorothy Dandridge in 1953, she was performing in Las Vegas and simply dipped her toe in the pool, and the pool was drained at a Las Vegas hotel. So this isn't something that people are necessarily making up or thinking about, and obviously this has links to the way we think about genetics, the way that we think about stereotypes, the way that we think about the performance of bodies, whether they be physically or intellectually. One great example is that Isabel Wilkerson, who's an author, she noted Al Campanis's comments. Al Campanis was an executive for the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team, continuously made racist comments over the years. In 1987, he was noted as saying, "Why are black men or black people not good swimmers? Because they don't have the buoyancy." Right? So this was part of the perception that black people's bodies literally weighed more, that their muscles weigh more, and that some kind of way blacks have these fast twitch muscles that allow them to perform in better ways at certain events over other events. Even we can go back to when Jesse Owens, who was representing the United States of America and just basically took down Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler in the Olympics. After that, it was American scientists who took his body through massive forms of interventions and investigations and scientific observations. And they found that Jesse Owens' body was no different than any other person's body, a white man or a person of any other race. But yet still, these are the sorts of things that were going on, right? So when we think about the significance of the Simones and what they represent, right, in many respects, they represent sports and aspects of society that have been cut off from black youth, right? And if you live in black neighborhoods or if you're in urban areas, you'll see black kids flipping through the streets, right? Could easily, potentially, and the way that they practice, I think that's something that people miss out on. People just assume that they can flip. No, they're practicing every single day. These kids need to be in a gymnasium. They need to be competing for the Olympics. They need to be representing the United States of America. Instead, they are cut off from this because in certain areas, they don't even have access to a gym. They don't even have access to a pool. So you have a very high percentage of black youth who actually don't know how to swim. And partly that has to do with the fact that not just historically, but contemporarily, that blacks aren't necessarily allowed to take part in those types of activities like whites are. For example, we only have to go back a year or two to McKinney, Texas, where blacks were literally drugged out of a pool, a black girl was literally roughed up by a police officer for simply partaking in a pool party. These are the types of incidents that happen. One of the more egregious ones that people don't necessarily know about is a few years ago, there were a group of black kids who were part of a summer program in Philadelphia. And of course, part of these summer programs are exposing people to different aspects of society, different things that they necessarily need to know, different things that are going on. So for these black kids, one of the events, they took them to a country club to go swimming. And when all these black kids came in the pool, there were whites who started getting out of the pool. And the manager of the country club came up to the person who was over the group and said, "Oh, it must have been a misunderstanding. I don't think you're going to be able to use the pool." And the group who was with the black kids, they were like, "What do you mean? We've already paid in full." Come to find out, the country club didn't know that the group that was paying was a black group. And so these kids actually had to leave. Can you imagine how traumatizing that is to be in a pool, see white people get out, and then you end up having to get out the pool as well, even though you've already paid your money? This happened in the 21st century, right? Do you think these kids want to go swimming again? What do you think the collective memories are around the trauma centered around what it means to see water and get in the pool? See, this is the part that people don't get. Like, we always focus on interpersonal racism and obviously trying to make the links with institutional racism, but people don't always understand the implications of racism and the impact that it has psychologically and emotionally on a group of people who are oppressed, right? Now, this story actually did end up having a happy ending. Tyler Perry heard about the incident, and he ended up flying the entire group of black kids to Disney World to basically have the park to themselves for a day, right? And so we see the ways that these things play out. So the Simones, they inspire. They are inspiring an entire generation, right? They are helping us to think through how we need to transform still some of the most segregated spaces in the United States of America, which happen to be pools and gymnasiums, right? And so what's interesting about them is that they're not just magic, even though they look like they're magic, right? I mean, the assumption is that they just have it. But instead, they are just magic, right? And it doesn't mean that they're not real. They are real. And they have worked hard for what they've done. And what they show us is that as far as we've come a long way. We still have a long way to go. But at this moment, and this is what is so important, at this moment, we can cherish these momentous victories toward equity. So again, if you have a problem with people, or black people in particular, celebrating the Simone successes, then maybe you're the one who is un-American, right? So conversations matter, like Black Lives in Books, and I hope that this actually sparks one.